Yo!
Dude!
It's yay!
We're the Power Rangers. Welcome to Spring Kitchari.
Spring green kitchari.
Yay! This is the wonderful Jasmine Hemsley. Jazz amazing, Ayurvedic queen, all-round legend. Wrote a beautiful cookbook. Check it out. And today we're cooking a really good mung dal, I think, isn't it?
Split mung dal, but with quinoa to make a kitchari base. Then we're putting some greens, some leeks, all the things, all the vegetables that are great to eat right now. Through it with some lemon zest, and then we're going to make a wild garlic pesto.
All in 20 minutes.
Steve picked yesterday, right?
Yeah, I went and picked the wild garlic pesto.
And so it's basically Ayurveda inspired, but it's Italian vibes, and it's really easy to make.
Woo!
So here we go.
20 minutes. Okay, so we've got 2 pans on a high heat.
Hot pan on, put some coconut oil or whatever your chosen cooking fat is in there. So we get the pan nice and hot because we're gonna basically just get the mustard seeds to splutter first.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay.
Splutter, I like
Get them
that.
to
Technical
splutter.
term.
Exactly.
How many
So,
mustard seeds would you like?
Okay, so
a
we'll
good
start with, okay, so
teaspoon.
go with,
So a good teaspoon of black mustard seeds in on top of the oil.
Kind of a tablespoon, but we'll go for it. Let's
Okay.
go for it.
Okay, we're going with
I think these boys like to go big flavours. Okay, then we've got some garam masala. Garam masala you can just buy from the shops. It's got many different spices in, so it's a really nice. Is that going to fit?
Do you want a
Way to get
tablespoon or
your
what do you want?
spices in. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Because spices and herbs spices and herbs are nature's medicine cabinet.
Beautiful.
So,
Do you get that one?
got that out.
Spice and herbs are nature's medicine cabinet.
And if you
That was
can't
a good
find
one.
garam masala, just use curry powder.
Yeah,
And if
worth
you
the
can't
same.
find mustard seeds, leave them out.
Yes. And if
okay.
you want this to be cooked in half an hour, turn the gas on.
There you
Yeah.
are, boom.
Right.
Now we're cooking.
Now we're nearly cooking.
No.
Okay, here we
Oh,
go.
well.
Oh, do you know what's a really small little?
Yeah, I think
Let's
go
start
with
over
that.
there. Okay, guys, something's happening in the pan.
It's happening.
The spluttering is
Oh,
about
there is a
to
bit of
commence.
I like the technical
Okay,
term.
you
The
can see
technical
from this
term,
one.
like it's I splutter, we splutter. The black mustard seed is now spluttering.
It's
Beautiful.
about to happen. Right,
Okay.
so let's quickly talk about the ingredients. So we've got quinoa, which everyone knows is very protein rich. Normally I use white basmati rice, but this is a nice change. Soak this overnight. If you don't have time to soak it, where am I looking? Up there, down there. Then down there. Then
That's where
pour
our friends
over
are.
some hot
Hi.
water an hour or so before, just to help it to kind of rinse and get any saponin that might be on there off. 'Cause that will
Ooh,
upset the
sapping and
gut.
ooh, yeah.
And then we've got this. Now the boys, we kind of thought we'd have to leave the country to find these because we didn't know we'd get them. These are
We found mung dal in Ireland.
in Ireland.
In our local
their
health food store.
local
Thank you,
health food
Nature's
store.
Gold. You're brilliant. We love you.
So this is basically the whole green mung beans, but they're split.
I'm going for
Can
it.
you go for it?
Yeah,
it's
and
a
go
green
for
mung
it.
bean
Okay,
with
so in
yellow.
goes quinoa.
Yeah, but it's split. When you've taken the jacket off, that's what you've got.
So
Okay.
what volume of quinoa is there?
So we've got about 50 grams of quinoa. We soaked it for about 20 minutes in boiling water.
Yeah.
And then we've got about 100 grams of mung dal. You could
Yeah.
use split red lentils, but mung dal does work really well.
Mung dal is the one that everyone should have in their cupboards. If you can only find the whole ones, make sure you soak them overnight first. Okay.
And you were saying with the mung dal, it's higher in protein and just
It's just
better
much
for
easier to
digestion.
digest, yeah, and it's all about digestion.
Lovely.
Look
Could
at
you
that.
add coconut
Oh.
milk? Could you cook it in coconut milk if we
You
wanted
could
to?
totally.
For a bit more creamy deliciousness.
Because
so
I'm
we've got in with
going-
500 ml of water.
Because I'm going for a more Italian-y vibe today, I'm just using the little mustard seeds and the garam masala as a little bit of our nature's medicine,
Beautiful.
but the other flavours are going to be very Italian. Right,
Beautiful.
lid
Okay,
on, get back
meanwhile-
cooking. Then we'll go for the pesto.
Okay, nice pesto.
Okay.
So this is a wild garlic pesto. Wild garlic is known as ransoms. I went and picked it in the woods yesterday.
Ransoms, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's technically like many people refer to it as a weed. It is like it's a leaf that can go in salad, but it's quite harsh and strong and everything. Fabulous, really good for digestion.
And in terms of pesto, it's great. You can blend the stock as well. So we've got a good 2 handfuls. I'd say it's something like 40 grams. We've just soaked them for a little bit, but it'll give a fantastic flavour to our pesto.
Oh, I can smell the garlic already.
Oh, it's strong.
If you don't have wild garlic, because it is quite a seasonal thing, then just use more parsley and a garlic clove.
Or could you use basil or coriander if you prefer?
You could, yeah,
Would you allow
totally.
people?
Make whatever pesto you love.
Okay, good deal. So we've got a
Right.
good 2 handfuls of
So we've
greens.
made 50 grams of fresh herbs.
Okay.
We've got
Pine nuts, classic, but you can
30
use
grams of nuts, pine nuts, cashew nuts, whatever you're into.
pecans,
Yeah.
And if you can't find any peanuts,
Yeah. A little bit of lemon there, Mr.
a little bit of lemon juice.
juice or zest.
We're going to keep
Juice-
the zest
juice half a lemon.
for our greens.
Juice of half a lemon. Just hand there to catch any pips.
Poops.
Good man, well
Good
done.
amount of salt.
Pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper, and then a little bit of water and oil, and then we're sucking diesel.
Right. Half
That's now a real Irish expression, sucking diesel. Have you ever heard of that one?
Well, is that like gas?
Oh, you're sucking gas. Now we're cooking on gas. I guess same kind of expression, isn't it?
So you suck diesel, but you shout gas when it's funny.
Well, that's a...
Yeah, that's
yeah. But you can also say, geez, you're gas. That means you're good crack, like you're good fun. We've got very strange expressions here in Ireland anyway. Anyway, meanwhile, back to the pesto. I'm going in with 2 tablespoons of oil, approximately there, and 2 tablespoons
and
of
I'm
water.
going to go in with 3 tablespoons of water. So approximately it's about 150 ml of fluid. So we've gone pretty much 75 ml of oil, 75 ml of water.
You're so good at your measurements.
Okay, boom. Blendy, blendy, blendy.
Okay, so Steve, you said you're the chopper.
I'm the knife. Okay, leek, one of my most favourite vegetables and highly underrated and undervalued. Make sure in Spain they typically use only the green of the leek. In Ireland often we only use the white of the leek. We're going to use all of the leek. Big thing to be aware of though is that there's often a lot of soil or sediment in the middle of the green of the leek. So make sure with the stalk is just to chop it in half like that.
Give it a rinse.
Give it a good rinse in the middle. Just
Meanwhile, me and Jazz, we've got Cavolo so this is black Russian kale, it's often called. Cavolo being Italian for black kale. And we're literally taking the main vein out of it, the stalk, the central spine out of it, taking the little bits and just breaking it up. So you could use a knife, but the center stalk doesn't really break down, so we're just peeling it out.
Yeah.
But use any kind of greens, probably about a couple of 100 grams of greens. Could be spinach, could be chard, beet greens, whatever you're into.
Spring greens.
Yeah, spring greens, exactly, yeah.
But yeah, the stalk is quite tough, so it's not digestible even if you cook it for a very long time. So make sure you remove that, otherwise there'll be mass gaseous problems later.
Oh, you'd be like a brass band.
Yeah.
Okay, with the leek we've gone for a variety of texture. I've gone with the more fibrous, greener part of the leek. I chopped it more fine, and the larger, more white part I went bigger, so it's a little bit more.
Maybe comment below with how you would describe being like
Go
a
for it.
brass band. If you're like a pipe piper, windy, flatulistic, I don't know what kind of terms you have, but any kind of funny terms, just comment below. Would be very interested in knowing.
My favourite has to be, and it still makes me laugh to this day, is blow off.
You're a blow off.
A blow off. It's just that I think we said it in primary school and it was a bit naughty, and so even
sounded
now I'm like,
like-
ooh.
It sounds like yeah.
Are we really talking about this while we're cooking food?
Okay,
Love it.
Okay. Also, Jazz on Instagram at Jasmine Hemsley, and what else are we talking about?
Tonight or when or whenever.
Do you have a YouTube channel? Oh, Hemsley and Hemsley. They've got all sorts of. They've got other
The
channels.
cafe in London and Selfridges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so on top of the greens, we've got a handful of peas as well, frozen peas. Just gonna add a nice pop of colour. We'll add them in too.
And a good thing to do is add a nice pinch of salt. It's going to help break down the cell wall of the kale and just enable it to cook a little bit more round and release some juice.
Okay, so we've got the kitchari in here. We want it really well cooked. We don't want al dente lentils or beans. It's not good for digestion. That's what gives you, what do you call it?
Wind. Flatulence.
So this has been about
Blow
20
offs.
minutes cooking. It's nice and soft. We put a nice, generous pinch of salt, and again, season to taste. But it's really important that your lentils and your grains have a bit of salt.
This is super nourishing and soulful and will connect you to the earth.
Yes.
Okay, are we going to serve it out?
So we're going to get it, we want it
Greens
nice.
look beautiful too.
So we want it nice and sloppy, if you like a sloppy kind of risotto, because this is kind of a risotto base. Here we've got the greens. I've cooked them down really, really well. Why? Because, you know, greens that have not been cooked well, again, hard to digest. That's where you get the blow-offs. And the pan was a bit bigger, but both the boys decided to eat half of it while it was cooking. So, to plate up, we're just going to spoon on our very easy cheats protein-rich risotto.
So it's like a high protein Kitchari.
Yes.
Beautiful.
This is post-
and that'll be like baby food. And this, with the garam masala, has a lovely kind of aromatic notes. There's a nice kind of note of cinnamon coming through. Beautiful.
This recipe will serve 2, the mung dal will, and then
Yeah.
the
Greens are epic.
The greens. Well,
are my
the
favourite.
greens. There was a lot more greens, but yeah, boys.
Somebody ate
so
them.
we picked theirs. They ate them all.
And the final moment to top it all off, we've got a nice big dollop.
Homemade, rustic. Don't overblend this if you can. It's nice to get a little bit of
Look
texture.
at that.
And last and final, for decoration, we've got a microplane and we're just going to zest in some lemon zest.
Oh!
And while zesting it, just be careful not to get any of that bitter pectin. Just try to keep it very top level.
So if spring could be turned into dinner, this is it.
Okay, here
Finish
we
with
go.
some extra virgin olive oil.
Whoa!
some
There's some in a
olive oil.
jug, there's some in a jug.
Oh, there's a lovely one.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take this to the Italians.
Oh!
Oh,
Lads.
and hang on. Let's just take it because
There you have it, mung dal.
A bit of salt.
Jasmine Hemsley, do check her out. Cool Book East by West on Instagram.
Wait for tasting. This
I'm not-
sounds
I'm just-
so delicious.
he's
I
selling,
can't wait.
he's selling it.
I'm just listening, just in case anyone has to do something else and they can't watch the end of our video.
That's hot. But Aside of being hot, that is incredibly delicious. It tastes really nourishing, it tastes gentle. It feels like it makes
like
me
a
want
hug.
to down gear and just like savour and appreciate the
I
moment.
feel like sitting by the fire with a cat in my feet and a paddy hat and a cup of tea.
What's a paddy hat?
You know, one of those like little old school
Farmer
hats in a thatched house. That's what thatched cottages I feel like. Or like I'm sitting
Beautiful
by the
combination
sea.
of flavours. I love the wild garlic pesto. Really adds a whole element of boom.
Nice
Senior
dish.
flavour. Dudes, this is an epic dish. Really, really fab. Highly recommend it. Trying. Do check out Jazz. She's amazing. She's really into sustainable fashion as well. Another trick in the wonderful Jasmine Hemsley's bow. Check her out. Thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And
Tally ho. Till next
Bye.
time. Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.